Attention shoppers. Attention, a Black Friday deal alert.
Saquon Barkley is like half off right now in your existing dynasty leagues, and people are freaking out about him heading into 2020. How do I know? I'll tell you in a second. And right after that, we'll get into some DFS plays for Week 13. Top 5 running back.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
I'm thankful for football and every single fan. I'm thankful for McCaffrey. Okay, so I released my top 10 overall player rankings on Instagram, just an early set, and people went ape when I put Barkley at number 2. Now, I can understand anybody arguing, hey, I have Zeke number 2, or I have Cook number 1, or I have McCaffrey number 2, and Cook number 3. You can argue this top 4, front and back. Now, I personally think McCaffrey's earned the 1.01. I wouldn't call anybody crazy for ranking him differently, but for me, he's locked in. I think Barkley, Cook, and Elliott you could almost put in a blender. Cook might feel safer to some because he's on fire right now. Some might worry about injury, but I think he's already shaken that injury label off, in my opinion. But how is putting Barkley number 2 crazy? Not only did 1 out of every 4 or 5 comments freak out about Barkley being 2. Not a ton of the comments, but like 1 out of every 10 or so, they didn't even have Barkley in their top 5. The team's going to improve. Yeah, Barkley's been hurt this year, but he's been hurt this year. I don't think he walks into 2020 with this big injury label, and I think Barkley is going to be the biggest steal heading into early mock drafts, but I don't know that you'll be able to capitalize on this discount, this Black Friday pricing in June, July, and August. I think most times in an offseason where people get down on a player and you see this trend of him being doubted to an extreme degree, by the time in redraft you hit your draft day, you didn't get to take advantage of it. But in Dynasty, go trade for Barkley now. You may not steal him away. You may not get him for much lower than top 5 overall value, but that's a steal for Saquon Barkley, a guy that's the most physically gifted player in the entire league. McCaffrey's the number 1 fantasy running back right now. Golden Tate, Shepard, Slayton, Ingram. Danny Dimes has the weapons to improve. This offense will get better. Barkley will have a shot at being healthy in 2020. I'm not saying Barkley has to be your number 2. I'm not calling you crazy if you have Barkley 4. I think you're borderline crazy if you have Barkley outside your top 5, and I think it's off base if you tell anybody their own personal order of these top 4 is wrong. That is off base to me. You can argue any order with these stud running backs. Now let's get into some DFS plays for Week 13. Okay, on to DFS. If you don't know about Monkey Knife Fight, you need to get involved. Prop style DFS. It's the best way to play DFS in my opinion. If you're down and out in a couple of your leagues or all of your leagues, get on over to mkf.win/Smitty. Deposit. And when you register, you'll then deposit, enter promo code Smitty at deposit, and they will match up to $50 on your first deposit, and sign up with them up to $50 they will match. And my Black Friday opportunity for you, if you deposit this week for Week 13, email me a screenshot of your deposit, and I will give you a 10-minute Instagram video chat. So we can do a video chat, talk about your week, talk about any kind of trades you might have, dynasty, whatever you want. But you have to email me the proof that you made a deposit. Send it to me. Just go to sleeperu.com and email me, and we'll get to work on your Week 13, your dynasty, whatever you want to talk about. So get on over to this link right here, mkf.win/Smitty, and these are a couple of my favorite plays. Over, under on Lamar Jackson. I'm going to roll with the over on 23.5. I love that. This is a great matchup. Game of the week, probably game of the year right now, in my opinion. 2 of the best teams, if not the 2 best teams in the NFL right now. And I love the over-under with this game, this particular game. Jimmy Garoppolo, I like the under on that. George Kittle, 15.5 fantasy points. I'm going to roll with the under on that, and make sure you know if he's playing or not before you do any kind of contest with him. Mark Andrews, over 13.5. Give it to me. 13.5. I'm going to go the over. These are some of my favorite plays in Week 13. I can't wait to watch Lamar Jackson against this defense. I can't wait to see who wins. If you don't play DFS this way, prop style, you are missing out. mkf.win/Smitty. Enter promo code Smitty when you deposit and get up to $50 bonus match on your first deposit with them. Using this link and promo code though. Okay, go get him in week 13. Go get Saquon Barkley in Dynasty and prepare for Black Friday type value heading into early mock drafts in 2020. You're going to see a lot of Saquon Barkley content get cranked out by me if his value remains in that 4 overall running back range. And if you have people still talking about how he's not worthy of being a top 5 overall pick heading into 2020. Again, a lot of you aren't going to agree with that, but there are a handful of people per 10, 15 commenters that are saying this. So it's not going to be that unusual to hear. People are doubting Saquon and not giving him the benefit of the doubt heading into 2020 conversation. So get ready. I'm thankful for football and every single fan. I'm thankful for McCaffrey, the very best in the land. I'm thankful for the red zone, quad boxes and all. I'm grateful each Sunday when Scott Hansen answers the call. His endurance, his energy, his breakdown and take. The fact that he's never taken a bathroom break. I'm grateful for football and the joy that it brings. And I'm grateful to Dak and his hip dancing things. I'm thankful for Dalvin Cook. He's on most all of my teams. I'm not afraid to admit that I say Scott Hansen in my dreams. So to all of you watching, have great food and wet your beak. Go Dak, go Kamara, go Singletary, go Zeke. The Fantasy Football Show wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. Top 5 running back.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.